Chapter 51. This wave of rescue was successful. Please read it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Fortress of Gold. This is Jing Hongqian's fourth soul skill. The Hongqian family's martial arts development is basically in the direction of the fort. Xiao Hongqian is like this, and Jing Hongqian is like this too. Meng Hongqian is a special case. For them, the purple gold dragon beast is definitely the best soul ring. Not everyone in the family can obtain such a soul skill. Jing Hongqian was lucky, but unfortunately, when he met the purple gold dragon beast, he was only in the 4th level, and the purple gold dragon beast he encountered was only 5,000 years old. If Xiao Hongqian reaches Jing Hongqian's level and his soul master level is also raised to the same level, he may be able to transform into a metal fortress in an instant and set up multiple level 7 soul cannons. Jing Hongqian needs some time to prepare. Fortunately, the Titan Snow Demon King's hesitation provided this time. The war fortress takes shape. The huge toad's real body is surrounded by layers of metal, with soul cannons embedded one after another in the middle. The Titan Snow Demon roared angrily. Human, you are looking for death. That he had no intention of letting Jing Hongqian and the others go, but now he was provoked again and became even more angry. Damn it, is this Titan Snow Demon really bent on killing us? Jing Hongqian had been making preparations while thinking. Inside his metal fortress, racks of ready-made fixed soul cannons were placed, ready to be fired at any time. The cold air rushed straight into the forehead of the Titan Snow Demon King. There was a sense of fear all over him. At this moment, the Titan Snow Demon felt that the person opposite him had the ability to kill him. What happened? What happened? When the two sides were confronting each other, they were outside the core circle of the far north. The young man was shivering from the cold. Brother Tianmeng, are you here? Yuhao, it's okay. We are almost entering the core of the far north. It's almost ready. Tianmeng Bingshan muttered, you are lucky this time. The Titan Snow Demon King has escaped to the periphery for some unknown reason. You have every chance to fuse the second martial spirit without being disturbed. After all, the Titan Snow Demon is one of the 3 kings of the far north, and the most active one. After all, he had just survived a 200,000-year catastrophe, so he didn't need to worry about anything. To put it simply, having nothing to do is the biggest variable. Yuhao, I'm going to use the slough next. You have to endure the low-temperature environment by yourself. Brother Tianmeng, I'll try my best. After being deceived by Tianmeng Iceworm to the edge of the core area of this far north land, Hui Yuhao had no way out. Yuhao, you must hold on. After cheering Hui Yuhao up again, Tianmeng Iceworm used his power. A terrifying spiritual power bloomed outwards with him as the center. An invisible majesty expanded. In the gloomy sky, bursts of muffled thunder sounded. Ice Emperor, I know you feel my presence. I, Tianmeng, have come back for revenge. How dare you come to see me? Ice Emperor, do you dare to come and see me? The scope of the terrifying mental fluctuations is extremely broad. Under the intentional control of Tianmeng Ice Silkworm, the scope is mainly concentrated in the core circle of the far north, but the mental pressure of the million-year-old soul beast spread throughout the entire far north. Is this the big bug? Electrolux's voice sounded in Su Yu's mind. That young man is here too, and his anger is getting worse. Well. Electrolux felt a lot of familiarity from Hui Yuhao, especially the feeling of being played by fate. Su Yu, if possible, help that child, don't let him be blinded by hatred. Although he had nothing to do with Hui Yuhao, he still instinctively hoped that no one would make the same mistake as him. Destroy the world, save the world, just in one thought. Once the controlled destiny is out of control, it will be irreversible. Good. Su just agreed, not guaranteed. He knew Electrolux's experience, so he could understand what Electrolux meant. If there's anything I can do, I wouldn't mind doing a favor. If it's too late, eradicate the threat early to avoid disaster. The Titan Snow Demon stared in the direction of the core area, his eyes flickering. Jing Hongqian was also shocked inside. What a terrifying mental power. Is there such a terrifying thing in the far north? Aren't the 3 most powerful kings in the far north the most powerful? The Snow Emperor, the Ice Emperor, and the Titan Snow Demon King. Who is Tianmeng? The far north is indeed a crouching tiger, hidden dragon. The far north is a vast area, and although soul beasts are rare, due to the harsh environment and the lack of soul masters coming here, the soul beasts living here are generally of high cultivation. Unexpectedly, besides the 3 heavenly kings, there is such a hidden terrifying existence. How does this terrifying spiritual power compare to the evil emperor? Jing Hongqian compared it secretly, feeling even more shocked in his heart, because in addition to negative oppression such as tyranny, the evil emperor's pure mental strength was actually not as good as this Tianmeng. Is that guy Tianmeng back? That the Titan Snow Demon King no longer had the time to waste time with Jing Hongqian, Heavenly Dream Ice Silkworm. Great supplement. If you swallow him, your cultivation level will increase by at least 300,000 years. When the time comes, will my stronger self be worthy of the Snow Emperor? Compared to these vermilion-eyed ice toads, the Titan Snow Demon King obviously cares more about his own strength and the Snow Emperor. Humans, retreat quickly, that he didn't have an advantage in terms of distance. If he was still injured, he would really be unable to defeat the Ice Emperor. The Titan Snow Demon is a bit irritable. Tianmeng is still such a piece of shit, how long can he last? Damn it, Jing Hongqian was extremely vigilant, cover Su Yu and the 2 of them and slowly evacuate. The Zhu Jing ice toads behind the Titan Snow Demon King quickly disappeared one by one. Both sides retreated tacitly to avoid the outbreak of conflict. Su Yu asked Ilao in the Sea of Spirit. Ilao, please help mark that 10,000-year-old red-eyed ice toad. No problem. Half an hour later, Jing Hongqian finally breathed a sigh of relief when he couldn't feel the aura of the Titan Snow Demon King at all. Fortunately no fighting broke out. Yes. Meng Hongqian was still frightened. He never thought that he would be able to meet the Titan Snow Demon King while hunting for a 5th soul ring. She frowned, worried. The Zhu Jing ice toad is actually related to the Titan Snow Demon King. How can we hunt the Zhu Jing ice toad from now on? Whole Master, has the Titan Snow Demon King left? The mental pressure just now seems to have made the Titan Snow Demon particularly concerned. He has already moved towards the core area. Perhaps, that is the summoning order from the true master of the far north. The corners of Su Yu's mouth twitched. It is impossible for the Zhu Jing ice toad to follow the Titan Snow Demon King back to the core area. Among those red-eyed ice toads just now, I think there is one that is just the right age. Jing Hongqian glanced at Su Yu in surprise. It was so dangerous just now, why did you still observe the age? The heart is big enough. They are already hiding, and they are more familiar with the environment than us. It is difficult to find them. Don't worry, Hall Master, I've marked it. Jing Hongqian looked at Su Yu, extremely confused. How did you mark it? First of all, let me talk about the rewards. If you have plans for next week, you can reward directly after 12 o'clock. In this way, I will rush to the new book list. It is the last week and I will try to see how high I can push it. It doesn't matter if you don't reward me, your follow-up reading is enough. By the way, be sure to reward after 12 o'clock tonight. Okay, let's talk about settings. Some readers said that the Titan Snow Demon is not the ultimate ice. I can't find the specific information, so let me change it. The Titan Snow Demon is undoubtedly the ultimate ice. Ordinary individuals in the group have quasi-extreme attributes, including ice and power. It is a quasi-extreme level, because one thing can be found. In terms of the overall strength of the group, the Titan Snow Demon is overall stronger than the Ice Jade Scorpion. The numerical advantage is 1. In terms of individual strength, there must not be much difference, so the quasi-extreme power should be there is. If you still have doubts, you can discuss it. Chapter 52 Trash Tianmeng, Angry Titan Snow Demon King. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A little soul sect. I am the majestic master of the Mingda Hall, titled Douluo with full mental strength. If you are extremely vigilant, if you can still make a small gesture of marking without me being aware of it, I directly. Hall Master, my blue-silver grass is the ultimate form of life. Even in this far north, it can bloom everywhere. Su kicked away the snow beneath his feet, exposing the ground as hard as ice. A small grass stubbornly emerged from the frozen soil on the ground, which was as hard as metal. Does your ultimate life still have this ability? Su explained, this is not the ability of ultimate life, but the characteristics of blue-silver grass's own race. My blue-silver grass is powerful, so I have the qualifications to control the surrounding blue-silver grass. The ultimate attribute only awakens their vitality. After the blue-silver grass grows, there will no longer be fluctuations in soul power. So, you were actually always waking up the blue-silver grass around you along the way. According to Jing Hongqin's knowledge, Suyu's blue-silver grass contains mental variation, therefore, where the blue-silver grass is, it seems reasonable to use mental power to mark the soul beast, Pu. Not reasonable at all, but with the facts in front of him, Jing Hongqin could only understand it this way. He didn't know that this was not Suyu's ability. Blue-silver grass is just an excuse. With such a long distance and such a terrifying environment, it is impossible for some ordinary blue-silver grass to continue to survive even if the ultimate life is not exposed at all. However, the ultimate life belongs to Suyu, and Jing Hongqin doesn't know or understand it. In the end, Suyu was not a spy or anything, and Jing Hongqin didn't bother to get to the bottom of it. Suyu gave a reason, so just believe it. Just give me the steps and go down. The Titan Snow Demon is in a hurry and is already far enough away. Jing Hongqin's mental power expanded to its maximum range, and he could no longer feel the other party's presence. Then let's go find Zhu Jingbingchan. As he said that, Suyu explored the way ahead. With Electrolux guidance, he didn't even need to worry about the soul beast's ambush ahead. 3 hours later, the three of them felt a familiar atmosphere. It's the Zhu Jing ice toad, but they seem to have dispersed. Jing Hongqin only felt the aura of 3 vermilion-eyed ice toads. He carefully explored and confirmed that there were no other Zhu Jing ice toads around. One is 30,000 years old, one is over 10,000 years old, and the other is only 3,000 years old. That I don't know why, but Suyu always feels that this 3,000-year-old Zhu Jingbing toad has a sense of déjà vu as a minor. The Titan Snow Demon is not a human being. Absorb it and leave early. This far north is more dangerous than imagined. Good. On the other side, the Ice Emperor chose to join the God Creation Project under the temptation of Tianmeng Iceworm. Simple explanation: using the threat of 400,000 years of catastrophe as an entry point, Ice Emperor sacrifices, the sky and the earth change color. Tianmeng Iceworm tried its best to cover up the movement in exchange for Hui Yuhao's relatively calm absorption process. Aha! Hui Yuhao's eyes were bloodshot, and the blood vessels all over his body were bursting. He looked like a bloody man. The terrifying and overbearing soul power impacted every cell in his body, tempering to change his physique. The Ice Emperor's soul ring is the key to Hui Yuhao's rise, because this process of sacrifice can completely transform him. Hui Yuhao is full of resilience and constantly reminds himself to hold on and never give up. There are cracks in his spiritual sea. Tianmeng Bingxi was about to take action, but Hui Yuhao stopped and refused to let him help. He persisted alone. The obsession for revenge broke out and the spiritual sea began to repair. Deep in the spiritual sea, a ball of dark blue energy was also exhausted. Damn. The Titan Snow Demon is impotent and furious. He couldn't feel a trace of Tianmeng's breath. Even the Hyoki guy seemed to disappear quickly after appearing. Damn Tianmeng, you can't hold on for such a short period of time. Trash bugs, so much of the 10,000 years cold chalcedony was obtained by someone like him. Damn it. The Titan Snow Demon unleashes his fury in the core of the far north, then go find the Zhu Jing ice toad to lower the fire. After one day. Roar. The Titan Snow Demon roars angrily outside the far north. For the next month, he vented his rage all over the far north, and a certain 9th-level soul master who was squatting deep in the far north and preparing to do something big felt frightened and ran away early. Fortunately, the Titan Snow Demon King is back again. Jing Hongqin was glad that he acted quickly. Meng, how is the effect of this soul ring? This red-eyed ice toad is extremely talented. Meng Hongqin was extremely excited. She had a hard time explaining it. This red-eyed ice toad seems to be. What does it seem like? Jing Hongqin asked. It seems that there is some blood of the Titan Snow Demon clan. Suyu, 666. More inappropriate than a minor. Does it have any effect? Jing Hongqin frowned. The Titan Snow Demon possesses quasi-extreme ice attributes. This single powerful ice attribute may actually affect Meng Hongqin's balance of ice and fire. Meng Hongqin shook his head. At least for now, it seems there is no harmful impact. The red-eyed ice toad only inherited the Titan part of the Titan snow demon's bloodline. Jing Hongqin breathed a sigh of relief. Indeed, if he had inherited part of the ice god's bloodline, this red-eyed ice toad would not have been born. Since it is the blood of the Titans, it should be beneficial, right? Suyu asked. Meng Hongqin nodded. My physique has improved even more, and my martial spirit has become bigger. Meng Hongqin summoned the martial spirit, and it could be clearly seen that her red-eyed ice toad was even larger. It's already pretty good. Jing Hongqin commented. These 2 points are additional. Although they have little effect, they are not a disadvantage. If Xiao Hongqin's martial soul was larger and more powerful, it would be a big increase, but Meng Hongqin didn't rely much on these 2 aspects. As for the soul skill, it's a single-target attack soul skill, Ice Fire Poison Dragon Diamond, blessed by the blood of the Titans. This soul skill not only deals damage from the 2 layers of ice and fire plus toxins, it also does huge damage in terms of strength. That's the name of the original work. I'm not spoofing it, I just didn't change it, I simply enhanced it. Good. The Titan's bloodline makes this soul skill do more damage. This soul skill even has the potential to become Meng Hongqin's strongest single-target attack soul skill. The soul skills obtained from the Zhujing Ice Toad can also be regarded as natal soul skills. It is hoped that with practice, the soul skills will be completely mastered, and the soul power will increase in power in the future. Brother Tianmeng, why is the Titan Snow Demon King so crazy? I have been stepped on by him 3 times, Hui Yuhao complained. In his spiritual sea, Tianmeng Ice Silkworm's face was also puzzled. Be careful, Yuhao, there is a very powerful person in front of you. Tianmeng reminded. Hui Yuhao became alert. But don't worry, there seems to be an acquaintance. Tianmeng chuckled, with a hint of surprise. It feels like there will be trolls again, so let's take precautions here. Don't say anything about licking Hui Yuhao, can't lick it. Everything the protagonist does is planned and purposeful. Chapter 53, you have to catch him even if you grab him hard. Please read it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shortly after Tianmeng Binken discovered Su Yu and the others, Jing Hongqin also felt Hui Yuhao's presence. Brother Su Yu, having successfully obtained the second martial soul of the Ice Jade Emperor Scorpion, Hui Yuhao is now in high spirits. The whole person exudes confidence that he has never had before. Su Yu also immediately felt the difference between him and the last time they met. Xiaoyu, do you know him? Jing Hongqin turned to look at Su Yu and asked. Su Yu nodded. This is Hui Yuhao. I obtained my 3rd soul ring with him. Oh? Jing Hongqin looked at Hui Yuhao curiously. Not to mention other things, Hui Yuhao is only 12 years old, but he is able to withstand the severe cold on the edge of this far north without any effort. He is not an ordinary person. Even if it is already on the outskirts of the far north, the temperature in this area is extremely low, and ordinary soul masters have to use their soul power to resist. Brother Su Yu, are you here to hunt for soul rings? Hui Yuhao was shocked in his heart, because Tianmeng in the Sea of Spirits told him that Su Yu now has more than 40 levels of soul power. Obviously, Su Yu's 3rd soul ring was obtained at the same time as his 1st soul ring. Is this the gap? Hui Yuhao was shocked inside. His childhood experiences have made him somewhat withdrawn and quite sensitive, but this does not mean that any stimulation will make him jealous or even complain about injustice. Especially when he first met Su Yu, Su Yu had a good attitude and didn't look down on him at all. Instead, he made suggestions for him. Hui Yuhao had paid attention to the information about the Numenon sect when he arrived at Shrek, and he knew that Su Yu's advice at that time was very reliable. That's right. But it's not me who hunts for soul rings, it's my senior who needs soul rings. Su Yu didn't talk too much about this. Yuhao, are you here alone? Didn't you join Shrek? Why doesn't anyone hunt the soul rings for you? Su Yu asked. Jing Hongqin's ears froze when he heard Shrek's words. Meng Hongqin also glanced at Hui Yuhao curiously. She was very curious about Shrek's students. Hui Yuhao laughed and fooled him. Yuhao, in your case, you probably haven't obtained the qualifications of a core disciple yet, and you still have the chance to leave. The Numenon sect is the most suitable for you. Suyu said. He was also testing Hui Yuhao's attitude. Hearing the treatment of the core disciples, Hui Yuhao's disappointed expression was palpable. Obviously, the treatment he received in Shrek Academy's martial arts department made him feel uncomfortable. Still he shook his head. He has already become a disciple of Fan Yu in the Soul Guidance Department and has accepted the status of a core disciple. Yuhao, you have to think clearly. Your ability is most suitable for the Numenon sect, even. If you don't go to the Numenon sect, the most suitable direction for you is the direction of Soul Master, and Shrek is at an absolute disadvantage in this regard. Jing Hongchen listened to the chat between Su Yu and Hui Yuhao with a strange expression. Does Xiao Yu have a grudge against Shrek? He did remember that he laughed and said that Su Yu's former roommate was found to be Shrek's spy. Su Yu has also been trying to instigate the other party to rebel. Good guy, now he's starting to attack another Shrek student. Are you crazy? Su Yu did not succeed in digging. Yu Hao, without any personal grudges, I have to remind you that Shrek is very unreliable. I heard that Shrek has a Taotai Douluo who is slovenly and knows how to drink and eat chicken legs every day. A 98th level super Douluo can actually cause students to be killed by evil soul masters right under his nose. It seems this has happened more than once. Dirty. Drink wine. Nibbling on chicken legs. Hui Yuhao quickly thought of a figure. Is he the senior person in the college that teacher Wang Yan mentioned? It turns out that he is a level 98 title Douluo. Yuhao, that's the old man. Tianmeng muttered. Oh. Is it really so unbearable? That the Ice Emperor's voice echoed in Hui Yuhao's spiritual seat. Tianmeng licked his face and described the future. The Ice Emperor immediately said, this Taotai Douluo is very unreliable. She is one of the three kings of the far north and doesn't know much about the outside world, but she knew about the existence of the Numenon martial spirit and the Numenon sect. The second awakening of the Numenon sect's martial souls is meant to challenge their own limits, and various extreme environments are tools for them to hone themselves. Naturally, the far north is also visited by this group of people. The Ice Emperor also knew about such a group of original martial soul owners. Your number one martial spirit, to be honest, if placed in the Numenon sect, it is definitely the top martial spirit in Douluo Continent. And such a martial spirit could be misjudged. That's all for small forces. It is also the number one college in mainland China, just a college teacher with little knowledge. He is still a leader, absolutely at the top. Moreover, the relationship between Shrek and the Numenon sect is also on the same level. The relationship between the two parties is so bad, but they still don't understand the other's most important martial soul. Such high-level officials are really unreliable, to be honest. Hui Yuhao was silent. After Hyoki made this analysis, he realized how important the other party's conclusion was to his future, realizing how unreliable that sloppy super strong man is. At the same time, he also took note of this unreliable Taotai Douluo. Be careful if you follow him from now on. After the exchange was completed, the two parties quickly separated. Hui Yuhao left in the direction of Shrek, while Su Yu and the others returned to the Sun and Moon Empire. Witnessing the unreliability of Chicken Leg Douluo, I went to Shrek to study from a different perspective for a period of time. This will allow Hui Yuhao to truly see Shrek clearly. The next time we meet is the time to really convince him. The task of Su Yu's communication with Hui Yuhao this time was to provide Hui Yuhao with this different perspective. Hui Yuhao, I hope you won't refuse my kindness in the next soul fighting competition. You have to join the Numenon sect so that some of my plans can be implemented. Xiaoyu, does that kid have such a high talent? Jing Hongchen asked Su Yu about Hui Yuhao's talent. Yuhao's martial soul is a spiritual eye, and it itself has spiritual attributes. When Su Yu said this, Jing Hongchen understood. The martial soul is the spiritual, but Jing Hongchen just heard it. But Ling Mu actually mutated into spiritual attributes that can indeed be regarded as a top-level martial spirit. The original martial soul itself is not powerful. After all, the soul master himself is just an ordinary person when he awakens. The body part is the martial soul, and the innate soul power is generally low. The first generation of Numenon sect masters truly brought the Numenon martial spirit to flight, although the original martial soul is weak when awakened. But as the soul power increases and the body is polished, it becomes easier to improve the quality of the martial soul. The second awakening of the martial spirit allows the original martial spirit to undergo completely new changes. Generally speaking, the more Important the original martial spirit is to the human body, the greater its potential, spirit eyes are eyes, and their importance is self-evident, what's more, it's also bound to the spirit. Although it is much more difficult to obtain soul rings, but according to Jing Hongqin's understanding, when will is exerted on a martial spirit, the chance of awakening is actually greater. With such a good talent, why didn't you explain earlier? Jing Hongqin planned to change course. We have to catch him even if we try hard, it's very important to catch up on reading in these 2 days. Brothers, you must catch up, especially the 2 chapters tomorrow. Please. Suddenly, I felt that my thinking was a bit conservative. Hui Yuhao seemed to be able to catch him directly, and the protagonist was a bit hesitant. It's similar to thinking too much and worrying too much. I'll catch it directly in the next chapter. The repetition here can be regarded as a growth for the protagonist. After all, people also need to grow. By the way, the follow-up reading tomorrow Tuesday is very important. It involves the recommendation position. Brothers, you must support it and get rid of it. Chapter 54 PUA Dafa reappears. Please read it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Suyu originally planned to let Hui Yuhao leave Shrek when he participated in the soul fighting competition, let the Numenon sect take Hui Yuhao away and bear the wrath of Shrek. Mingdetang looked for an opportunity to cooperate with the Numenon sect to trick Shrek. The Numenon sect and Mingdetang have absolutely irreconcilable conflicts. They belong to different empires and are in a state of hostility, but this does not mean that there is no basis for cooperation. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Moreover, it is impossible for the Numenon sect not to have the idea of developing soul guidance devices. Now all the forces in Douluo Continent have begun to follow the same path, that is the combination of Soul Master and Soul Mentor. Kong Deming is trying the ultimate Soul Mentor plan, and Shrek has the strongest single soldier plan. As the same top force in the Douluo Continent, it is impossible for the Numenon sect not to have similar plans. Even in terms of candidates, it is estimated that they have already been selected, that is, the princess with a martial soul in her brain. Even the evil soul masters and the Holy Spirit cult are following this path. Isn't Yi Shishue also cooperating with the Sun and Moon Empire? It's just that both Shrek and the Numenon sect are far behind in the development of soul guidance devices, and the internal staff's understanding of soul guidance devices is not adequate. It is too difficult to change. It can only be done from the individual soldier plan. Moreover, Mingda Hall must also be involved. According to Su Yu's understanding, Shrek has a plan to exchange students, but he hasn't found a chance to say it out yet, and the Numenon sect probably has a plan to snatch them away by force. At that time, it would be feasible for Mingdetang and Numenon sect to conduct an exchange study by referring to the exchange student system, or to take advantage of the Numenon sect's attack to snatch Hui Yuhao back. As for the difference between snatching from the Numenon sect and snatching from Shrek, this point is very obvious. However, all these plans gave Hui Yuhao very little consideration. Caught between the 3 forces, it was difficult for Hui Yuhao to do anything. After communicating with Jing Hongqin, Suyu reflected on himself. He suddenly realized that if he really followed the plan, what would be the difference between him and the God King? If you want it, just grab it. If you are plotting and calculating, you will get the worst of it. Suyu, who originally wanted to show off his skills, suddenly realized that if he really showed off, he might become a clown. Suyu, let's do it directly. Elder Yi also gave advice. Suyu no longer hesitated. Master, let's go and capture Yuhao back. Hui Yuhao had just left the land of the extreme north, but he was grabbed by the back collar not long after, and was directly lifted into the air. The cold wind filled my mouth. Hui Yuhao reluctantly opened his eyes and looked left and right. Brother Suyu, what are you doing? Suyu did not answer Hui Yuhao. This person's strength is average, but he carries something that can cause serious damage to me in my prime. Bingdi reminded. Oh my God, Bing Bing, is this person really so scary? Yuhao, let's not move. I don't think Suyu has any malice towards you. Let's talk first. Coward. Bing Bing, I'm also thinking about your safety. Yuhao, since Shrek is not good, why stay there? There is my teacher, senior brother, and teacher Xiaoya. Let me tell you this, I can see that there is hatred in your heart, and you can't avenge yourself if you stay in Shrek. Su Yu's words hit the target. Hui Yuhao fell silent. Is it impossible to take revenge by staying in Shrek? Originally, Hui Yuhao was lying to himself in his heart. When he became stronger and had strength, he would be able to avenge whatever revenge he deserved, but now Su Yu's words made him face reality again. His biggest enemy is Duke White Tiger. And can he kill the White Tiger Duke? You can't do it by staying at Shrek. On the contrary, the Sun Moon Empire seems to be more willing to avenge themselves. Yuhao, I think he is right too. Tianmeng Iceworm knew the most about Hui Yuhao's past, and now began to persuade Hui Yuhao in reverse. According to the situation in the mainland, the Sun Moon Empire is the most suitable for you. Tianmeng Iceworm and Ice Empress did not have any preference for human forces, so they gave the best answer at this moment. You don't have the idea of leaving Shrek to take revenge alone after becoming strong, do you? Su Yu snorted coldly. I can tell you categorically that it's impossible. Do you know Shrek's disability rate? I mean the proportion of people who become disabled due to training. Disability rate? Hui Yuhao asked doubtfully. He really didn't know there was such a data. All the geniuses who did not stay in the inner court have gone to the major forces of the three empires. Most of them are stuck in the realm of Soul Saint Soul Douluo and cannot make any progress, and still have to endure the pain. Do you know where these injuries come from? Those were all hidden wounds left behind by Shrek's extreme oppression. Tianmeng Bingcan seemed to have become Su Yu's little brother at this moment. Yuhao, Su Yu is right about this. You have caused countless hidden injuries during the previous year's practice. That is to say, a soul emperor from the Tree of Life martial spirit would treat you every day during your practice, otherwise you would have been dead long ago, and my life source has also been consumed to repair your hidden wounds. Even so, you still have irreparable hidden damage caused by overdraft potential in your body. If you put it that way, I do understand. The Ice Emperor also suddenly understood and said, I said, when I was transforming your body was in tatters deep down. Without the Ice Emperor's sacrifice, these hidden wounds would have settled. 5 days later, the four returned to Mingdu. Hui Yuhao is no longer in the wilting state he was in at the beginning. Seeing the prosperity of Mingdu, he was extremely shocked. Yuhao, what level has your soul mentor reached now? Before I left Shrek on vacation, I successfully made the core of the second level soul guide. Level 2. Jing Hongchen nodded. Level 2 is pretty good. How long have you been studying? 8 months. What? 8 months. Su Yu said in surprise. Hui Yuhao thought Su Yu was shocked, but looking at Su Yu's expression, it seemed more like surprise. I'm surprised it took me so long. Hui Yuhao felt a thump in his heart. No way. Teacher Fan Yu said that his speed was a rare genius even in the Sun and Moon Empire. A rare genius? Humph. Jing Hongchen sneered and said, that's the entire Sun and Moon Empire. They really know how to change concepts secretly. Su Yu explained it to Hui Yuhao. Just like in the entire Douluo Continent, it is quite rare for a genius to reach level 25 at the age of 12, but in Shrek they are everywhere. Similarly, Mingdatang does not lack talents who can master the level of second-level soul masters in half a year. Yuhao, that shouldn't be the case. With the help of your soul skills, why are you learning so slowly? Su Yu looked confused and puzzled. Chapter 55 Kong Deming returns. Please read it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hui Yuhao also looked like he was suddenly enlightened. Is that so? You make the soul guide first, and let me see your level. Su Yu said. He was actually letting Jing Hongchen look past him, taking advantage of Jing Hongchen's presence, allowing Hui Yuhao to perform the production of soul guidance devices truly reflects Hui Yuhao's skill in making soul guidance devices. Su Yu has never seen it, but he thinks it should be good. Yuhao, this Su Yu is really interesting. Tianmeng told Hui Yuhao the meaning of Su Yu's actions. Okay, brother Su. Hui Yuhao also understood that he could not go back. What's more, what Su Yu said is not unreasonable. He can only accept reality. Maybe in the future, if I am strong enough, I can go to Shrek again to see those old friends. Is this the soul skill of a 10-year soul ring? Jing Hongchen looked suspicious of life, looking at Su Yu, hoping that Su Yu could tell him the truth. no wonder. So you said that Hui Yuhao was a born soul master. Just sharing such a soul skill with mental detection is a god-level skill for a soul master, especially in the production of soul guides. Almost all details can be clearly engraved in the mind. Jing Hongqian didn't even need to look at Hui Yuhao's true soul tool level. No matter how bad he is at making soul tools, he can still use them to assist. Are there any god-level assistants? The hand is very steady and every detail is just right. The more he observed, the more surprised Jing Hongqian was. If Su Yu is a genius with incredible understanding, he can find the optimal solution through exploration. Then Hui Yuhao relied on his feelings to imprint the core array and operate it smoothly. Hui Yuhao's inscription of the core array gives people such a natural and smooth feeling. He is indeed a born soul master. Jing Hongqian felt that Mingdetang had found a treasure this time. At the same time, he was even more confused about the fact that Hui Yuhao only became a second-level soul mentor in 8 months. After Hui Yuhao finished making the core of the soul guide, he began to ask him about the content of his studies in the past 8 months. Then, Jing Hongqian fell silent. Nothing. Jing Hongqian handled the admission procedures for Hui Yuhao. Although he went through the back door, because Jing Hongqian handled it himself, and Hui Yuhao also held the title of Mingde Hall disciple, no one dared to question it. After all, there are no more than 10 students in school who hold this title. It was only after entering the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineering Academy that Hui Yuhao truly experienced the true soul guidance technology. He quickly became immersed in the study of soul guides and couldn't extricate himself. As for the cultivation of soul power, there are medicated meals and medicinal baths, plus the assistance of high-level elixirs. The speed is even faster than at Shrek. The potency of these elixirs is relatively mild. As long as they are carefully refined after taking them, they will not have any negative impact on the soul master's future practice. Hyoki came to a conclusion. Hui Yuhao felt even more relieved. Cultivation speed is faster, more time is spent researching soul guides, and the speed of becoming stronger is also faster. Everything is quite filling. The only thing that makes him uncomfortable is that he feels guilty when practicing Shantian Kong and Purple Demon Eyes. When he joined the Tang clan, he also promised that everything would be abolished if he left the Tang clan. I need strength to take revenge. Teacher Xiaoya, senior brother Bebe, I'm sorry. At worst, I won't practice Shantian Kong and Purple Demon Eyes anymore. Back in Mingdu, so you got good news. Kong Deming is back. There's still a month left for the soul fighting competition. Let's go to the teacher and explain it first. Suyu took the token and came to the depths of the palace. Teacher. Xiaoyu, you're here. Kong Deming stopped his research and smiled. There is indeed something to this Tang Sect hidden weapon. However, too much emphasis is placed on skill and the difficulty of production is ignored. This hidden weapon is more than 10 times more complicated to make than a soul guide of the same level. Kong Deming still found 1 or 2 broken hidden weapons and studied the structure of them to learn something. As long as there are enough people, they can think of structures that are useful for soul guidance devices. This is the final conclusion reached by Kong Deming. I will tell Jing to add a course in the academy to include the method of constructing soul guides. There are so many geniuses guarding the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy, so naturally we have to make good use of them. Perhaps a person's wisdom is limited and he will always get into trouble, but with more people, we will definitely be able to achieve results in the art of structure as quickly as possible. The Sun and Moon Royal Soul Master Academy, coupled with the many soul masters from Mingde Hall, will definitely not disappoint. Su was stunned, then he nodded and agreed with the teacher's approach. Well, this can be regarded as a warm-up for future reforms. One person may be able to figure it out, but the time cost is a bit high. It is better to divide the non-core details into tasks and let others conquer them. Explore multiple technologies simultaneously. Dokai is definitely something to study, but Suyu didn't intend to reenact the Dokai in his mind 10,000 years later. What kind of blacksmith, spiritual forging, soul forging, god forging? It's too troublesome. In particular, it was unnecessary to divide the production of Dokai into 4 professional sections. Too much technology involved. Then don't develop unnecessary technologies. The most important thing is that you can't be restrained if you don't copy it completely. For simple questions, it may be very simple and convenient to know the answer to solve the problem. However, with a complex technology like Dokai, if there is an answer, it will be restricted. The answer is not important, the direction is most important. The Soul Guide armor is completely integrated with the Soul Master, complementing each other and providing all-round blessings. This is the way forward. Teacher, the soul fighting competition will be held in 1 month, and I would like to ask you to take charge. Oh. In the soul fighting competition, who else dares to attack the representative team of my Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy? Datsuyu nodded. Will do, there is such a shameless strong man. Teacher, if Shrek is led by the Taotai Douluo, I'm afraid that if we win and destroy their 10,000 years of honor, he will jump over the wall. That I don't want to be slapped to death by him. Good boy, are you so confident? Kong Deming laughed loudly. The Sun and Moon Empire has its own plans, especially in the spirit fighting competition. This time, we are aiming for first place, but it doesn't matter if we fail, because the aces can still participate in the next soul fighting competition. At that time, the Sun and Moon Empire will devote all its strength. Everything is preparing for the next soul fighting competition. This session is just a warm-up, so you showed such confidence. In front of Kong Deming, this made Kong Deming very satisfied. However, he still reminded Suyu. Every time Shrek Academy competes, more than one Soul Emperor will participate. It's not that easy for you to win. Suyu nodded. Of course he knew it wasn't that easy, but isn't there an opportunity to pick up the slack this time? If you don't pick up the leaks, you will be sorry. Chapter 56 Death Messenger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I know, but I still think our Sun Moon Empire has a chance to win the championship. Kong Deming did not care too much about winning or losing. It's a good thing that Suyu has this confidence. As for what he said about going to take charge, Kong Deming did not hesitate too much. Then I will accompany you to Star Luo City. Shrek's Taotai Douluo is indeed not a human being. Kong Deming used to think that Taotai Douluo's reputation had been ruined by others. It was only when he met him in the Tianmeng Empire last time that he really knew that the rumors were true. Even if Kong Deming is comparable to Ultimate Douluo, it is only comparable, not a real Ultimate Douluo. In terms of normal combat power, perhaps even the 98th level Taotai Douluo couldn't beat him, and just like that, Kong Deming killed a student from Shrek's inner courtyard under the protection of the other party, and because of this, he also pursued Kong Deming crazily. Even when Kong Deming had arrived at the border of the Sun and Moon Empire and was threatened by the artillery fire from the Sun and Moon Army, he still rushed forward forcefully, and it was precisely because of this move that the soul cannons already set up by the Sun and Moon Army were fired under stress. A large number of soul-guided shells landed on Xingluo's side. The war is about to break out. The Sun and Moon Empire also had a clear upper hand, if it weren't for the upcoming soul fighting competition, and many of their delegations were going to Star Luo City to participate in the competition, and they were worried about their safety. The Sun and Moon side might not have considered a truce, so you didn't know this, but when the teacher agreed to go to Xingluo City together, he felt relieved. Teacher, this is the rune method I developed myself. Suyu handed over his rune method to Kong Deming. Kong Deming is the soul mentor closest to the 10th level, and he is also the top in the mainland in terms of the structure of the core array. Giving him the rune law will help you perfect the rune law the fastest, so you can also quickly outline the runes that can be perfected to the limit. After the runes are outlined, they can be effective at all times. But with the improvement of mental power, sometimes the effect will become negligible. On the contrary, if a more perfect rune that is higher than the current level of mental power is completed first, the effect will also be rapid. With the same attitude as Jing Hongqian, after Kong Deming understood the method of runes, he was not in a hurry to let Suyu pass it on. The method of runes has a huge impact on the entire system of soul engineers. It is foreseeable that as long as this method is spread, the soul tool will really enter the stage of rapid development, but still the same sentence. You can make contributions, but your own interests need to be met first. In the last month, Suyu was also actively preparing for the battle. The first is the upgrading of soul guides. The last time he fought against Xiao Hongqian and Meng Hongqian, Suyu still used a second-level soul guide. Even though he had reached the level of a third-level peak soul guide, he did not make a complete set of third-level soul guides due to time constraints at that time. Device. Now, Suyu is a fourth-level soul instructor, and he wants to transform all the soul guides he may use in battle into fourth-level. during this process, Kong Deming perfected the rune structure for him. The two runes of condensation and gathering have finally taken a step forward. Not only is the condensing and cultivation of spiritual power more efficient, but it also has the blessing effect on soul power cultivation that Suyu has always wanted. The improvement of the cultivation methods is also a big project. He also informed Kong Deming about the ideas of the exercises. This kind of big project is naturally listed in Mingda Hall. Although it is the field of soul power cultivation, it involves a lot of knowledge of soul mentors, so it makes sense to carry out research in Mingda Hall. In just 1 month, the results are actually very slow. The course of the method of structure has just been selected, and the teaching direction, goals, and even the plan have not been completely perfected. We have to wait until the next semester to start this course officially. The establishment of the project for research on exercises is relatively fast. After all, with the support of Kong Deming and Jing Hongchen, the process of independent laboratories and funding is extremely fast, but recruiting researchers in labs also takes time. The theoretical study of research objectives also takes time. A month has passed but it has just begun. Yuhao, you don't need to participate in this competition. Hui Yuhao is only at level 20, so even if he possesses the Ice Jade Emperor Scorpion spirit, its usefulness is actually limited, especially when he doesn't have martial soul fusion skills. Maybe Hui Yuhao can beat the ordinary soul sect while hanging, but this can also be done for other members of the Sun Moon Royal Soul Engineering Academy representative team. Okay. Hui Yuhao has entered a critical stage recently and doesn't want to go out. He was obsessed with the soul guidance device theory of the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineering Academy. Based on the foundation laid in the previous 8 months, Hui Yuhao quickly reached the stage of truly trying to make a third-level soul guide in just 1 month. Jing Hongchen has also spoken, intending to accept Hui Yuhao as his disciple, but unfortunately, Hui Yuhao refused because he had a teacher, and Jing Hongchen obviously didn't give up either. Su Yu, if the 3 of us join forces in this competition, we will definitely win first place. Xiao Hongchen is in high spirits. Not long ago, he successfully opened the spiritual sea. Although he has not yet begun to outline the runes, the sea of spirits has opened up, and his control over his mental power has become easier, especially with Jing Hongchen's research results. He used the fusion soul guidance technology in his 5th level soul guidance cannon. This greatly improved his strength. Let's go. With confidence in their hearts, Xiao Hongchen, Meng Hongchen, and Suyu left Mingdu with the delegation from the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy and headed for the Star Luo Empire. Kong Deming followed in secret and did not show his face to the public. Star Luo Empire, a fierce battle broke out in a dark and humid cave. The terrifying explosions and screams were mixed with the old man's roar. Xuanzi's martial soul possessed him, and the terrifying soul power swept around, dispersing the smoke and dust generated by the explosion. The scene was a mess. There is a disgusting smell in the air. Broken limbs and even fragments of organs were everywhere. The lovely students who were still alive before, now only a few are still alive. Asshole! As he roared, a corpse expanded rapidly. The soul power in the corpse was detonated. Boom! Mr. Xian, Xuanzi released his soul power to resist the explosion of the corpse. The corpse slaves of the Messenger of Death also surrounded him one after another and exploded, blocking Xuanzi's figure. The Death Messenger took the opportunity to capture a student not far away and escaped from the tunnel. Su Sancher. Wang Yan, you are responsible for taking care of them, and I will rescue Sancher. The tunnel is a special backup left behind by the Messenger of Death. Move around and get out of the tunnel as quickly as possible. At the entrance of the tunnel, 12 corpse slaves knelt on the ground. My corpse slaves, stay and wean me off. Chapter 57 Shrek is retiring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? That within the royal family of the Star Luo Empire, Su Jiuwei's exclamations came out. Impossible, absolutely impossible, that Shrek is retiring. Do you want to withdraw from this soul-fighting competition? Do you want me to approve his application? Impossible. Su Jiuwei was also filled with anger in his chest at this moment. Shrek is eligible to withdraw from the competition and has many privileges, but where do these privileges come from? Don't you know what's going on in your mind? The soul-fighting competition is about to begin. Are you telling me that you want to withdraw from the competition? How can our Star Luo Empire earn back the huge amount of manpower and material resources it invested in the early stage? In every soul-fighting competition, so many spectators come to see something. Don't you Shrek have any idea? In order to cooperate with you Shrek, not to mention the preparations for the soul-fighting competition, the Empire has invested so much in promoting Shrek every year, now you tell me that you want to quit the competition. Thousands of years. You have always had this right, why did you withdraw when I was in office? Do you look down on me, Su Jiawei? There was anger rising in Su Jiawei's heart, a lot of thoughts flashed through my mind in an instant. He refused Shrek's application to withdraw from the competition without even thinking about it. Your Majesty, no. There are many strong people among Shrek. Once they are offended, the Star Luo Empire will be very uncomfortable in the future, otherwise, why do we have to promote Shrek every year? Because we need to rely on Shrek's power. Su Jiawei secretly hated it, that damn Taotai Douluo, it's not just once or twice, it's bad every time. Last time there was an accident in the Star Do forest, and the Star Luo Empire was asked to use its army to help find it. Although Shrek made amends afterwards, the mistake Xuanzi made cannot be covered up. Now something happened again. It doesn't matter if you are unreliable, why take risks at such an important moment? A few evil soul masters are not in any danger. Didn't you realize the crisis beforehand? Fuck you. Speaking of this, I became even more angry. We hunt down some low-level evil soul masters every year, saying that it is to train students' abilities. Doesn't our empire train future generations ourselves? The weak evil soul masters have all been killed by you, so why should we train them? The key is that so many geniuses die every year. Shrek is really blind to send these geniuses to you. Su Jiawei was cursing in his heart, but he had to maintain his expression on the outside. At this moment, he still had to maintain his dignity in front of several important ministers. Your Majesty, why not ask Shrek to send new contestants as soon as possible? Let's change the contestant list for them. Just changing the contestants is one of Shrek's privileges. As for the students of Shrek's inner academy, most of them are out on missions. Tell them all to come back. At least, Su Jiawei can guarantee that the Star Luo Empire military can carry out the tasks of those Shrek students who are performing tasks within the Star Luo Empire. In the name of the Shrek 7 Devils, baby, it's just like that. Su Jiawei doesn't know what Shrek Academy is considering. New students were sent over, namely the Shrek 7 Devils and their reserves, but the Shrek 7 Devils can only be qualified by the best students in the academy. It's just that I don't want the 2 Shrek 7 Devils to be high or low in the future, which will affect the honor of this title. Brother Imperial, what the Imperial wife said is a good idea. It's not like there are no other students in Shrek Academy, not to mention the inner court. In the outer court alone, there may not be many soul kings under the age of 20, but the Soul Sect has a lot of them, and there is no shortage of top martial souls. It is not hopeless to let them survive the first few rounds of games as a reserve team. Su Jojo suggested to Su Jiawei. Suddenly, a murderous aura appeared in everyone's perception. A middle-aged man wearing full-body armor walked in with tiger steps. His Majesty. Dai Hao, you are back. Don't worry about it. Today is not a formal occasion, so there is no need for such nonsense. Duke White Tiger also learned about this incident and hurried back from the front line. Your Majesty, Shrek Academy cannot withdraw from the competition. It was not just an economic blow to the Star Luo Empire, there are also military implications to consider. Dai Haonai is the marshal of the entire Star Luo Empire, and he feels the war and conflict between the Star Luo Empire and the Sun and Moon Empire most clearly. Even with his efforts, the Star Luo Empire struggled to withstand the Sun-Moon Empire's offensive, but he knew that the Sun-Moon Empire was just afraid of the intervention of other forces and did not attack with all its strength. Once Shrek withdraws from the competition, the consequences will be disastrous. Your own morale will be depressed as a result. The enemy, the Sun and Moon Empire, will definitely seize this opportunity and spread Shrek's inappropriate remarks wildly. Over time, Shrek's status will inevitably be shaken. This is not what worries Dai Hao the most. What worries him the most is the strategy of the Sun and Moon Empire. He could feel that the Sun and Moon Empire had been waiting for the opportunity. Waiting for the opportunity to unify the entire continent in one fell swoop. and in this soul fighting competition, once the Sun and Moon Empire wins the championship, what kind of atmosphere will there be in the Sun and Moon Empire? Not to mention immediately taking advantage of morale to launch a war, but taking advantage of this atmosphere, the Sun and Moon Empire vigorously developed its military for several years, once the next soul fighting competition is won again. The Star Luo Empire is in danger. The next soul fighting competition will be held by the Sun and Moon Empire. Shrek Academy is still alive. The heavy casualties this time include the outstanding students of the next class, therefore, Shrek must not lose the championship in this soul fighting competition. Don't just quit the competition just because you want to lose the championship. Other important ministers also expressed their opinions. The final conclusions are the same. Shrek can't quit the game. They are more from an economic perspective. After all, whoever can stand here doesn't have his own background, and who doesn't want to take advantage of this wave to make a fortune. If Shrek directly withdraws from the competition, wouldn't everything be ruined? So you didn't know about the discussions within the Star Luo Empire Palace. All he knew was that Shrek had an accident, because during the march of the Sun Moon Royal Soul Master Academy delegation, Kong Deming caught an evil Soul Master. The other party also held a 14-year-old boy in his hand. This man was known as the Messenger of Death. He tried to contact the Holy Spirit cult and seemed to want to join the Holy Spirit cult. I discovered him and killed him. The corners of Su Yu's mouth twitched. This wave is purely coincidental, it can only be considered bad luck. Su Yu looked at Su Sancher. This should be a student of Shrek. Kong Deming kicked the lying Su Sancher over with his feet and fell to the ground, revealing the Shrek pattern on the back of the broken school uniform. By the way, aren't these the participants in Shrek's soul fighting competition? Teacher, just ask him. Su Yu pointed at Su Sancher and said. He has serious corpse poison in his body, and his injuries are also very serious, but with your ultimate life, he should be able to save him. Su Yu summoned the martial spirit. The first soul skill, the power of the stars. The second soul skill, purple moon purification. After the Tian Do Empire split, it became the Tian Soul Empire and the Douling Empire. I remembered it wrong. Please correct me. The place where Mr. Kong met Xuanzi was in the Tianhun Empire, and the Tang Sect was also there. The Douluo Continent roughly means that the left half is the Sun and Moon Empire, the right half is the original Douluo Continent, the bottom of the original Douluo Continent is Xingluo, the top left is Tianhun and the right is Douling. Not to mention the above picture, I will attach a map. It is said that it was painted by TJSS himself. Chapter 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Yu's blue-silver grass has evolved to its ultimate life, and its healing and recovery capabilities are far beyond what it was before. The corpse poison in Su Sanchi's body melted away in front of his purifying power. The soul skills of the power of the stars also provide Su Sancher with vitality. Soon, Su Sanchi's injuries improved a lot. At least it's no longer life-threatening. Su Yu did not continue the treatment. After all, it was not necessary. Everything depends on Su Sanchi's performance next. After all, he is also the young sect leader of Tianmeng sect. Tianmeng sect is not a small sect. It can be said that it is an existence that can make great changes in the entire Douling Empire, not to mention that Su Sanchi's mother is a member of the Douling Empire's royal family, and Su Sancher still has the blood of the Douling Empire's royal family flowing in his body. Su Sanchi's own defense is amazing. Without Hui Yuhao's reminder, he still had an excellent sense of crisis and used all his defensive soul skills before the serial corpse explosions, but without reminder, he had no chance to help others resist harm. Nan Nan. Su Sancher woke up immediately as he called Jiang Nanan's name. This is where. Su Yu was speechless. This licking dog is worried about others when he is almost dead. This is Xinglua City. You were caught by the evil soul master, and my elders rescued you. Judging from your clothes, you should be a Shrek student. How did you get caught by the evil soul master? Su Yu and Kong Deming had changed their clothes before to avoid being recognized as people from the Sun and Moon Empire and being suspected. Su Yu was originally from the Star Luo Empire and had no problem with his accent. Coupled with the grace of saving his life, Su Sancher only stayed vigilant for a while and then roughly told the story of the crisis. But he also had something to hide. after all, Shrek Academy's delegation to participate in the soul fighting competition may be completely annihilated, and he still doesn't know how the Academy will deal with it, so the news cannot be disclosed casually. He only said that he was in crisis and Mr. Xian failed to save him. Really? Tsuyu nodded clearly. I'm just talking about that Taotai Douluo. He was basically the leader of the Shrek supervisory team's several major accidents. Su Sancher had nothing to say. He was vaguely aware of the scene before he fell into coma. At that time, Mr. Xian had clearly realized that something was wrong, but he still failed to save him from a Soul King. Forget it, the subsequent tracking was also lost, and if the person in front of him hadn't saved him, he, Su Sancher, would have become the corpse slave of the evil Soul Master even if he didn't die. This was the most unacceptable to him. Out of fear, Su Sanchi's sense of Mr. Xian also plummeted. Su Sancher is dishonest, so you didn't care, just a common sense of defensiveness. So in the next period of time, Su Sancher did not enjoy the treatment that the wounded should have. He was restrained by Kong Deming with the soul guide device, and with the injury, it was difficult for him to move normally, and the staff had to be responsible for eating. Let's look at Shrek's lineup for the next 2 days. If it's weak, then there's a high probability that something will happen to all the main players. In this way, we can be stronger in the next competition and win the first place with a strong attitude, and the effect will be better. As for this Su Sancher, no one knows that you saved him, teacher, so no one knows that he is in our hands. Let's find out his identity first. If it is special, then he has a higher value. Kong Deming nodded, agreeing with Su Yu's decision. Students from the inner courtyard of Shrek Academy may even represent Shrek in the soul fighting competition, the reserve team of the Shrek 7 monsters. Such students usually have amazing backgrounds. The chance of truly climbing up on your own through mutation is too small. In addition, Shrek also has a cheating city leader recommendation system, making it more difficult for real civilians to come forward. Moreover, those who can survive the corpse explosion of a Soul King level evil Soul Master must have a high level of defense, and their martial soul must be at least a top-notch defensive martial soul. Send someone to inquire about the identity first, and then make a decision. The day after Su Yu and others arrived in Xinglua City, the competition officially begins. The competition system of the Continental Advanced Soul Master Fighting Soul Competition is very sound. The first is the knockout competition. Only the winning team can continue to participate in the next competition, which lasts for 3 days. After 3 days, teams will be divided into groups for a round-robin match, with teams in the group competing against each other in a round-robin manner. The round-robin competition will choose a random competition system, including a single elimination system, a 3-2-2 cooperative battle mode, and a 7-on-7 team battle. After the round-robin, the 2 teams with the best results in each group will qualify, and all qualifying teams will draw lots to determine the quarterfinals and 4, followed by the semifinals. The person in charge of the Sun Moon Royal Soul Tutor Academy is Mr. Ma, who is a strong man at the Contra level, and he is an 8th level Soul Tutor himself. In this competition, our goal is to be first. Use absolute strength to win the first place. That he had already observed yesterday that there were only 7 people in Shrek Academy this time. They all seemed extremely arrogant, and arrogant seems to be showing contempt. But Mr. Ma knew that this was a sign of Shrek's guilty conscience. This is a bit of information that Suyu revealed to him, saying that there is intelligence indicating that Shrek's contestants have changed. Observe the specific conditions of Shrek's contestants to judge the authenticity of the information. With such thoughts, Mr. Ma also discovered something unusual. The first spirit fighting competition in the past years was always between Shrek Academy and other academies. This time is no exception. This time Shrek Academy urgently summoned students to participate in the competition, and finally gathered the 7-member team last night to participate today. Wang Dong, Jiang Nan Nan, and he. Kai Tu were the least injured that day. Under the treatment of Immortal Douluo, a 95-level Super Douluo doctor enshrined by the Xinglua royal family, they were finally able to participate in the competition today. Except for 3 people, the remaining 4 were all students from the outer academy nearby Shrek. Yi Wushuang is a 6th grader in the outer courtyard, a level 49 attack soul sect, and a martial soul 7-star sword. According to the procedure, after graduating from the outer college, he can honestly enter the inner college and continue his studies. But obviously the title Shrek 7 Devils has nothing to do with him. It was a surprise for him. It happened that Yi Wuxuang took leave to receive the 7-star sword intent inheritance at home, just outside Xinglua City. Except for Yi Wuxuang, the remaining 3 are also students who are in Xinglua City for various reasons. It's just that they are all 4th-year students. Only one is a level 41 Soul Master, and the other 2 are both level 39 Soul Masters. Game start. As the referee gave the order, the field was filled with brilliance. The lineup of Tianmeng Advanced Soul Master Academy is not weak either, with 5 Soul Masters plus 2 Soul Masters. Shrek Academy only has 4 Soul sections. Yi Wuxuang, He Kaitu, Jiang Nan Nan, and Su Yu were from the Soul Sect. Among them, Su Yu is the 40-level Auxiliary Soul Sect, and Wu Huan is the Star Spirit Scepter. What is Shrek doing? That the audience was a little confused. Shrek's lineup is a bit stretched. Maybe Shrek wants to show us how to leapfrog the enemy. It makes sense. But I guess only Shrek has the capital to do this in the soul fighting competition, right? As expected of Shrek. Chapter 59 Su Yu's endurance comes on stage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shrek still won. Although Tianmeng Advanced Soul Master Academy has 5 Soul Masters, and they are all Soul Masters under the age of 20, the quality of the martial souls and the combination of soul rings are not as good as those of Shrek and others, especially Yi Wuxuang, who has a 7-star sword in his hand and is unrivaled in killing. With the 1st and 3rd soul skills increased, he uses the self-created soul skills passed down by his family. Each sword carries a sharp killing aura. Gone. Shrek's victory was almost overwhelming. This is true even if they are fighting at a higher level. This brought cheers to the scene. Naturally, the players from the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy were not happy to see such a cheering scene and left the field early. Su Yu, how about I go and say harsh words in front of those people at Shrek Academy? Xiao Hongqian suggested. No, it's not necessary. It's boring. After the opening ceremony, the fiery knockout rounds began. The opponent of the Sun Moon Royal Soul Master Academy where Su Yu and the others were located was a Haiqing Senior Soul Master Academy from the Star Luo Empire. This is an academy that places equal emphasis on soul mentors and soul masters. The game is in the afternoon. After resting in the hotel, Su Yu and others came to the arena calmly. Are you here? Mr. Ma has been observing the game situation here, laughing at Hongqian and Meng. Hongqian and Su Yu are confident and relaxed. He can't, he was the person in charge this time, and it would be a huge sin if something went wrong despite having such a huge advantage. Ma Rulong, who is also the captain of the Sun Moon Royal team this time, also stayed to analyze the situation of each academy. If there is no need for the knockout rounds, Xiao Hemeng and Su Yu don't have to take action. You 3 are the trump cards of the Sun and Moon Royal team. After collecting intelligence and observing throughout the morning, Mr. Ma believed that the 3 men did not need to take action in this afternoon scene. Knowing that there was no need to take action, the 3 of them were not interested in continuing to watch. If you have this time, wouldn't it be nice to practice for a while? Su Yu now has a lot of development processes, and Xiao Hongqian and Meng Hongqian want to practice the rune method. The 3 of them are very busy. Time flies. Shrek's fighting style is remarkable, that is leapfrogging and crushing, relying on the combination of 2 extremely contradictory words. Shrek made his own momentum this time, even without the shock brought by the Soul Emperor players. The cheers never stopped. It has to be said that the background of Shrek Academy is not small. The original book is so difficult. Isn't it because Shrek is greedy for the title of Shrek 7 Monsters? Su Yu didn't know how the number of 7 monsters was selected, but it was definitely not given casually, nor was it simply given based on talent. If you can let go of some bottom lines, the 6th graders in Shrek's outer court can choose from a lot of soul sects at will, not to mention that the soul sect is everywhere. At least the students in the 6th grade are all soul masters above the 35th level, and the number of soul masters is double digits. Basically, they all meet the requirements of being under 20 years old. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. Shrek's side is no longer the original 7. Bebe started moving and recovered the fastest. Besides him, the other person who also appeared on the stage was Dai Yuan. The Star Luo Empire has already dispatched immortal Dr. Douluo, and naturally the focus is on treating Dai Yuan, who is almost sure to return to China after graduation. As for Ma Xiaotao, At that time, she was the happiest and the most brainless, and suffered the most serious injuries among the survivors. Dai Yaoheng was treated by immortal Dr. Douluo, and although he would not be cured, he was able to go on stage and bully the Soul Sect. A Soul Emperor came to power, and also filled in the loopholes of Shrek's bluff. The fourth day of the Soul Fighting competition was also the first day of the round-robin competition. The Sun and Moon Royal Team were placed in the second group. Our group is in some trouble. Veteran Ma talked about the grouping situation, and Su Yu immediately noticed the abnormality. Star Luo Empire Academy, Douling Royal Advanced Academy. These are teams that are at the same level as the Sun Moon Royal Soul Engineering Academy and are expected to enter the top 4. At this moment, it unexpectedly collided with the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineering Academy. Our opponent in the first game is the Douling Royal Senior Academy. Mr. Ma took out a list, which contains some information about Team Douling. The Fighting Spirit team has 5 Soul Kings. There is no doubt about the strength of Douling Royal High School. It is the first academy of Douling Empire and the face of the entire empire. Our battle is a single elimination match. Su Yu, you will be the first to appear. You have the strongest ability to continue fighting and eliminate the opponent's players as much as possible. After Su Yu is Ma Rulong, then Micah, Chen Fei, Lin Shi. You guys come on, laugh at the red dust and dream at the red dust, guarantee the bottom line. It can be seen that Mr. Ma was very conservative when making arrangements. In the first round robin, all 3 trump cards were arranged just in case, but there is no other way. Douling Royal High School deserves to be treated with such caution. Regarding Su Yu, Mr. Ma actually has the least knowledge. After all, Xiao Hongchen and Meng Hongchen grew up in the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy, and Mr. Ma was more or less aware of their fighting style. However, Su Yu only played once when he came to the Sun Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy, and it was held in the back of the royal family. No one except Jing Hongchen and Kong Deming watched the game. The understanding of Su Yu's abilities was limited to a piece of information given to him by Jing Hongchen. Placing Su Yu first this time was not without careful evaluation of Su Yu's strength. Listening to Mr. Ma's words, Xiao Hongchen knew that he had a chance to play and was eager to try. However, he never expected to be hit by the news that Su Yu would be the first to play. This guy is the first one to come on, who else can come out? Xiao Hongchen remembered that when Su Yu was a soul master, he could compete with 2 high-level soul masters in consumption. Mr. Ma frowned, a little surprised by Xiao Hongchen's reaction. Is Su Yu so strong? Has it lasted this long? There are 5 Soul Kings on the opposite side. No matter how long it lasts, it's impossible to leapfrog the battle and still kill them all, right? Xiao Hongchen did not explain. Su Yu is the 4th ring of 10,000 years, this has put him on the same starting line as most Soul Kings. After all, the biggest difference between Soul King and Soul Sect, apart from the quantity and quality of soul power, is the 10,000-year level soul skills. For Su Yu, he can reach the Soul King level with these 3 skills. Even when the first 2 soul skills are used in conjunction with each other, he has an incredible recovery speed. Game start. The first person to appear in the Douling Royal Soul Instructor Academy is Qi Hengyu, the Defense Soul King. It is also the same idea as the Sun and Moon Royal Soul Engineer Academy, Consume. It's him. Su Yu. In the Shrek waiting area, Bebe exclaimed when he saw Su Yu coming on stage. Huh. Wang Yan felt something different when he saw Bebe's reaction. What's wrong? Bebe, do you know this member of the Sun and Moon Royal Team? Bebe nodded. Yes, that was a year ago, when he had just obtained the 3rd Soul Ring. Like Wang Dong, he had the 2nd 1,000-year Soul Ring. The 3rd Soul Ring absorbed 5,800-year-old explosive sky pepper. What? This game is so difficult to write about. There are so many character names, martial soul names, and ability settings. I went to the original book and read it for a long time, and I felt numb. Chapter 60 The Special Characteristics of Su Yu's Martial Spirit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The 2nd Soul Ring is 1,000 years, the 3rd Soul Ring has reached 5,800 years, nearly 6,000 years. In this way, in terms of the quality of the Soul Ring alone, Su Yu is not inferior to any Soul Sect. However, as soon as Bebe finished speaking, he was shocked again when he saw the soul ring released by Suyu on the field. The fourth ring. How is it possible? Bebe clearly remembered that more than a year ago, when Xiaoya obtained the third soul ring, Suyu also obtained the third soul ring. Now more than a year has passed, and Suyu has exceeded level 40, and Xiaoya is still stuck at level 33. The difference between these two makes it hard for Bebe to believe. He remembered Suyu's proposal at that time, blue-silver grass should add some life attributes. Suyu's path is suitable for the vast majority of blue-silver grass soul masters with soul power. At least, his path can maximize the soul power limit of the blue-silver grass soul master, the first level of blue-silver grass with innate soul power. After hard training to the 10th level, the first ring will be added with the life attribute, and there is hope for at least the 20th level. In the same way, a soul ring at level 20 does not consider other factors, but also has a life attribute. There is hope at level 30, if you are lucky and the attached soul rings are of high quality and old enough, you may be able to continue like this until you become at least the Soul King. Once a 10,000-year level life attribute soul ring is obtained at the Soul King level, the martial soul will undergo a complete transformation. At least it will no longer be a factor restricting the cultivation of soul power. As for the speed of Suyu's martial soul evolution, it cannot be copied. The lifespan of his soul ring is extremely high, which makes his blue-silver grass even more powerful during the soul ring transformation process. Moreover, the third level innate blue-silver grass itself is synonymous with mutation, an alien that is tenacious to a certain extent. Yi Lao also discussed this issue with Suyu and said that Suyu's martial spirit was in a more active state and it was easier to evolve. It was because his martial soul had already awakened when he traveled through time. After the soul merged with his original body, some of the shackles of the martial soul were broken. It can be said that Jing Hongchen thinks that there is no problem in Suyu's blue-silver grass having changes in mental attributes, because Suyu's blue-silver grass is indeed more powerful with the addition of his soul. Let's explain it uniformly. As for his leapfrog absorption, it is naturally related to his strong mental power. Although the mental power is strong, it will not make the body stronger, but at least the difficulty of improving the physical body will be reduced, and Suyu's first ring provides the spirit with life attributes, and the feedback to the spirit master is transformed into the physique to the maximum extent, coupled with the power of the stars to temper the body. It took time to gain the ability to absorb beyond levels. Subsequent absorption is nothing more than a snowball. Bebe fell into silence at this moment. Shouldn't the cultivation of blue-silver grass be about adding some life attributes? But in this case, he can only be reduced to an auxiliary soul master. It's not that he, Bebe, looks down on the auxiliary system, but when he can choose, the choice between the control system and the auxiliary system is self-evident. So you didn't know what Bebe was thinking. There was no time to pay attention to Bebe. He released his soul ring at this moment, 1 yellow, 2 purple, 1 black. 4 soul rings were beating up and down around his body. Black. 10,000-year soul ring. Oh my God, Soul King. Wait, no, he only has 4 soul rings. That even the other members of the Sun and Moon royal team all looked shocked. Although they value the development of soul masters more, they will admire and be shocked when a soul master reaches Suyu's level. Mr. Ma breathed a sigh of relief. He finally understood why the information about the heavy losses suffered by the Shrek team came from Suyu, not Xiao Hongchen or Meng Hongchen. A second-level soul mentor for 2 months. The second ring of 1,000 years, the fourth ring of 10,000 years. This is Suyu's talent. Qi Hingyu's face across from Suyu suddenly became solemn. Looking at Suyu's face, which was only 13 or 14 years old, I couldn't bear to feel contempt. Just now I thought it was for the reserve team to experience. Now it seems that Suyu from this reserve team is also the ace of the Sun and Moon royal team. He summoned his own martial spirit, the diamond shield. A huge shield with top and bottom points appeared in front of him. Qi Hingyu grabbed the shield and plunged it into the ground. Then the 5th soul ring on his body shone, intense white light shined, and the diamond shield instantly expanded, splitting into 2, 2 into 4, and 4 into 8. A shield wall composed of a large shield blocked everything in front of Qi Hingyu. Then, a soul cannon appeared in Qi Hingyu's hand, level 5 soul cannon. It is not a custom-installed soul cannon, but it is also a powerful soul cannon at the same level. At the beginning, so you did not hesitate and released the blue-silver grass, opening the blue-silver field. That once again causing a wave of shock, so you remained unmoved. The blue-silver grass cannot spread within the shield protection range of Qihengyu, because Qihengyu used his fourth soul skill. The fourth soul skill, protective barrier, that the shields connected with each other to form a barrier, completely protecting Qihengyu. The soul cannon is fired, so you activated the soul guide propeller under his feet and flexibly avoided the soul guide cannon. He didn't intend to waste it. The blue-silver grass on the field shimmered with brilliance, and the billowing vitality and soul power poured into Suyu's body. The first soul skill, the power of the stars. The second soul skill, purple moon purification. Suyu first activated the first two soul skills, and then directly exploded the third soul skill. The third soul skill, the mark of life. After absorbing the 9th grade snow lotus and obtaining the fourth soul ring, the martial soul transformed into the ultimate life attribute. Suyu's third soul skill also changed. The upper limit of life marks has been increased from 3 to 8, effects have also been improved. The third soul skill was released, and Suyu immediately released the fourth soul skill. As soon as the game started, Suyu used 4 soul skills one after another, and even the 10,000-year soul skill was used. This was beyond everyone's expectations. The fourth soul skill, grass sword technique. In the blue-silver domain, every plant of blue-silver grass was filled with sharp sword energy. Suyu directly consumed the soul power of the blue-silver grass in the field to condense the sword energy and reduce his soul power consumption. The sword energy gathered together to form a sword energy storm, cut down suddenly, in just an instant. The sword chi storm broke through Chihenjiu's fourth soul skill, the defensive barrier, and then collided. With his diamond shield, the collision has not stopped yet. Suyu has controlled the blue-silver grass to spread in the blue-silver domain, stabbing at Chihenjiu's body. The third soul skill, Vajra body protection. The sharp sword energy condensed by the soul power of the ultimate attribute broke through Chihenjiu's defense, although the injury was not serious. However, with the cutting technique, Chihenjiu quickly lost his combat effectiveness. The Soul King can resist the cutting technique, but with the sword energy, it is not so easy to expel it. Suyu, win. This chapter explains too many plots and advances less, but I think it is necessary. There are also people who said that the system is the system. I am also drunk. I will write you a lot of development process at the beginning. Do you have the patience to read it? I will reduce it to 1 entry for you and you will not be happy. I am not happy to see this, and I don't have this trouble anymore. After all, these are the actual development process, and they are rarely reduced to 1 entry. At the end of the day, it's a promise. There's nothing better about the first soul fighting competition. There will be a maximum of 3 competitions, and the auction will be miscellaneous. Try to finish it within a week. On the contrary, it is a collision after the competition, which needs to be brewed. Brothers, don't worry.